If your business is struggling and you don't know what to do, or you've done everything you know to do, but nothing seems to be working, I can help. I'm going to give you my 3-step process that I have always used to get my business out of a jam and set it on the path of growth again. So let's jump right into it. Step 1 of the process is you're going to gather your senior leadership team and your business partners all into a room. And here's what you're going to talk about. Number 1, what are the things that each person sitting at the table knows that you need to be doing as a company and are not doing? It could be any area of your business, but you need people to tell you the things that they have identified as opportunities for growth that your company is not doing. And you'll be surprised what people will tell you when you ask the question. So this is a question that you're going to get into a room where everything is on the table and nothing is off the table. And question 1 is critical because it's an internal review of your business with the people that make the most difference to your business and what they have to say about what they think you should be doing that you're not doing. And make sure that everybody writes something down. What do they think you could be doing better to move the business forward? That's question number 1. Question number 2, what has each person in the room observed your competitors doing that they think you should be doing that you're not doing? And everybody in the room may have a different angle at which they look at competitors. So it's important to ask the question and make sure that everybody thinks through what have they seen competitors do, or what have they seen people in adjacent industry do that are working for them that you guys could bring into your industry, bring into your company, and test and see if it works. That is very, very important because sometimes your competitors know things you don't know. They have information you don't have. They have paid for data that you haven't paid for, or they've brought in the right expertise to look into the future and identify opportunities that you haven't done. And so if they are doing something different than you are doing, you should not ignore it. They're not crazy. They may be onto something. And in that room, somebody may have seen something that will be worth exploring. And then question number three is, what other idea has popped into people's minds that is worth exploring that they haven't spoken about? When you're in business, ideas are coming to your mind constantly. When you have a team of people who are working in specific areas of your business, they're always getting ideas, but it doesn't mean that they'll bring it to the table and share it with you. 1, for fear that you may make them do the work, or 2, for fear that they will not be heard, or 3, that you don't value their opinion enough that they don't feel comfortable bringing it to you. So when you put them in the room and you ask them and you give them permission to share everything that is on their mind, you're going to get everything. And here's the thing. I told you to ask 3 questions, but you're going to make sure that everybody answers the question. And at the end of the thing, when everybody has answered the 3 questions, you're going to say this: I want to make sure that there is no idea in anybody's mind that has not been put on paper right now. Because we don't want to get 2-3 months down the road where somebody comes and say, oh, I had this idea. No, we're not going to do that. If you have an idea you think will help the business, any idea, let's put it on the table right now. And you're going to close the question section in step 1 with that statement, so that you're giving people, or you're putting people on notice that if they have anything to say, now is the time to say it. If they have any idea of how we can get better, how we can improve the company, now is the time to say it. Because we want all the ideas to be dumped into this session. And that is important when we go to step 2. So if you do step 1 correctly, now you have a lot of ideas. And then step 2 is prioritizing. With the same people in the same room, let's pick 5 ideas. Which of those 5 ideas is what we should be pursuing? What are the top 5 ideas that we think is going to move the needle the most? And as a team, you identify them and then you vote on them. And now you have 5 ideas in order of priority based on what will move the needle the most and get you out of this jam. Now you have a list. Now, though, for those 5, Now we go to step 3. You're going to pick the top one that everybody has agreed that if we did this right now, we will move the needle the most in the business. You go to that one and then you create a plan. And you're going to create a 6-week plan. A 6-week plan. And I'm talking 6 weeks because sometimes we get a plan and it's a 6-month plan. That's not going to change. That's not going to change anything. By 6 months, the world would have changed. So anything you can do in 3 months, you can do in a month. Anything you can do in 6 months, you can do in a month and a half. So you want to be talking aggressive 6-week plan. All hands on deck. And so you're going to flash out the top idea and then assign responsibilities of who is going to do what. And that becomes the priority for the next 6 weeks. Yes, everybody's responsible for the little things that they're doing to keep the company afloat. But in addition, this is the mission critical project we're driving for the next 6 weeks. And I say 6 weeks because it's digestible for people. When you say 3 months, they get lost. After a month and a half, people are thinking about something else. 6 weeks is short enough and long enough that you can make tremendous progress. And if you need to add another 6 weeks at the end of that, everybody will be in agreement with that, but you will get more buy-in when the first 6 weeks has gone so well that people are eager to complete the project because they've seen how impactful it has been. So 6-week chunks, and you'll be surprised how focused people are going to be when they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a short sprint, and they know that they are all working towards this one thing and can see results in 6 weeks and are excited about what they can achieve together in 6 weeks. So that is my 3-step process, and you do the first one, you finish it, you go to the next one, and before you pick the next one, you reprioritize again and say, hey, based on the success or the information we gathered from doing the first one, are we still in agreement that this other 4 are in the right order? And if they're not, bump whatever needs to be bumped back to the top, and then do the same 6-week plan for that, and keep doing that until you cover all 5 items. That is how you get your company out of a jam. But it starts with you, the leader, having the courage and the humility to pull everybody together and admit that you don't have all the answers, you don't know everything, and that you are leaning on them to help you come up with a strategic plan on what you think can be done to move the company forward, because we are all in this together. And once you get that idea, now you have to lead in prioritizing those ideas, and then you have to lead in getting that 6-week sprint outlined and executed on. It has to be your number one priority. You have to show that it is your number one priority, and you're going to drive to it until you get there, because your business depends on it. And if you act with the urgency and the humility and the grace that comes with leadership, you are going to get your business out of the situation you're in. So if this has been helpful to you, comment below and let me know which part of this you're going to implement to move your business forward. I can't wait to read your comments.